All right, where are we? We're in the Eastern Odyssey tournament. It's Monday's qualifying round in the rookie division. I'm going to practice today with my odd account. I think so that Dunner and I can play in the 9-hole cups. I'm going to play odd and pro in the 9-hole cups and still use it as a practice account in the full tournaments. So let's check out hole number one. Hole number one. All right, one of my teammates, Richard, showed the, he sent me a video today. He did the max overpower hook shot from here coming out into this range. And nice eagle to start off with. It can be done. There's also a max overpower hook shot from here. You can lay it up here. You can lay it up here. I'm going to do a max curl shot with my APOC going from here around the bend. I think this is better with like a 4-4-4 or a ball that's got more side spin. But I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'm going to try it with, I don't have a lot. Let's start off with a Kingmaker. We'll see what we can do with a Kingmaker. Let me change my bag up. I've been playing some one-on-one with this, so I have some stuff in here for one-on-one, and let me switch it over. Bag number 2, and I need a Goliath bag. That'll be my Goliath bag. Switch these up. Get them back into somewhat normal. Okay, accurate. Distance, accuracy, utility bag. Utility bag. Goliath bag. And APOC bag. Alright, let's see what we can get done with a power 3 side spin ball. Let's get at it. Let's get at it. I think if I get out into the zone out there, I think it's plus 10. We will see. We will see. Yeah, I think it was a 4 side spin ball. I think that's what I did use. I'm going to try it. And take that wind out. It's 2-2. I'm going to take out 3. One ring grate on the inside. One ring grate to the right. That should help me if I can make this first bounce. Now it's all about clearing the rock. There we go. You can't clear it. If I would have hit that perfect, I might not have made it through. So I gave myself quite a bit of room on the right-hand side, and I overpulled it. But you can make it through. You can make it through there. Any more topspin than that would have been, if I would have ran more topspin, I would have ran off the other end. But I think a 3-power 4 side spin ball would work out even better. A 4-power ball, or even a 5-power ball with side spin, so that I don't have to do any overpower, would probably be even better. Like a 4-4-4 might be better. I might not have to do any overpower to get up in that spot. If it was on a headwind day, it'd be different, but my opponent's going for the same deal. And they went through the rock, got through it. They actually got some distance on me. They're even closer. Let's see where I'm at. Let's see. Damn. I'm in short iron range. There's min. There's max. So I'm at mid club. It's 2.3 divided by 1.3. 1.94 rings. I'm gonna do a couple backspin. 1.94. There's 194. Exactly. Oh, then I hit it great to the left. In the hole. That means I hit it great to the left and it went in, so did I overpull it? Or underpulled it? I underpulled it. I needed to do more than 10, or I needed to do more than the 1.3. I'll have to go back and watch that and see what the deal is. So I hit it great to the left and it went in, so I didn't pull it enough. My notes say, and I'm still unsure on the Hornet because I've switched in my 77 account and I play with a Kingfisher. Because I've played so much rookie in it, I've gotten the Kingfisher so many times in rookie tournaments that I actually have it to level 7. But here I only have it in level 5, so it's an awesome club at levels. It's awesome all the way up, but at level 7 it's really awesome. I'll have to go back and do the reverse math and see what I did on that. Hitting a grate to the left and it going in is awesome, but that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a perfect in the hole. In the hole! But a blind dog, if you can't be good, be lucky. That'll be good to watch, though. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2. And I think there was a pretty good shot on this yesterday. Pretty good. All right, we're just going to go play it. I think there was a rough bump. Now that I'm looking at it here, there was a rough bump from this area, and with a grizzly, I barely had enough room to get up there. But there was enough room to get up there. Just barely. The deal is I usually, when I'm doing these rough bumps, I usually like to be at least 2 rings into the rough. And I think with a grizzly, in order to get your ball guide up there, because it doesn't have as much ball guide as or topspin as a Goliath, I had to be like 1 ring off of it. Let's see what the wind is. And that wind works good for us. So I'm going to start off with, and I do believe I need some side spin, so I think there was a deal there too. I'm going to bring a katana. I'm going to bring a katana. And I'll start off with my number 1 bag, but I might switch to my number 4 bag. Let's open up a chest, clear out a slot. I think I already did my club card trading. I think I did. Didn't get it. Here, let me get one of those started. Let's get one started. See where I'm at in my club. Maybe. If I can get out there. 2.5. 2.5. There's max. Divided by 0.9 per ring. 3.33 rings. I think yesterday I missed the rough because I didn't pull it enough, so that's as close as I can get to my ring, so it is definitely downhill. There's 3 1/3. Hitting it perfect. Ooh. And I still didn't pull it enough. I'm thinking 30%. It is way the hell downhill right there. So that was as close as I could zoom into my rings, and you could see how close I damn near missed the rough again. And I was pretty close to the front up there. I mean, I was like a ring and maybe a ring and a little. So 30%. Let's make some notes here. Let me get a note sheet started. Grab a piece of paper. What I should have done the whole freaking time I've been playing this game is I should have got a notebook and put all my notes in a notebook so I had them all in one spot, but I, of course, dummy me, I didn't do that. Hole number two. Hole number two. If you're going to use a grizzly, it's got to be plus 30. And I used a katana, so I had some, that gave me a little bit of leeway, so if there was a headwind day. Katana. Now what I don't want to do on that hole is have to pull across that water. So I do believe that I have a 2-power 4 wind ball in odd or in my 77 account. So I do have a low wind 2-power ball. I don't have a lot of low power, low wind balls. I think I have a 0 power, but it's one of those totally cheap balls. It's low, 0 power, 5 wind, 5 precision, 5 side spin, the whole 9-yard deal. And I have that level power 2 ball. That's it. What's hole number 3? Hole number 3. All right. I have really... This is a hole to practice because I think I want to get as far out here as I can, and there's a rough bump that you can do right here. And I think if you bring the right stuff, that you could do that rough bump with a sniper. But I think the deal is with a sniper is that if you don't get out there far enough, you really need to have your like Big Dog or Cataclysm. But I'm gonna bring my sniper in, just see if I can get out there far enough to do it. But I'm going to bring a bigger ball so that I can make sure I'm in the zone. Because I really think that, and I think the deal is if you don't get out there far enough, you can really get yourself in some trouble. Some trouble. I don't have a lot of big balls. I'm going to try a 4-4-4. We'll try it. Now, let's just see what it looks like with a 3-power ball. And go from there, and then what I'll do is I will bring and I could have swore at one point that there was a guardian shot that you could do there, but it does look like I might be thinking about a different hole because that pin definitely looks like it's a mile away from this rough bump. So there might not have been, this might not be the hole that I'm thinking of. There might be another hole where you can do a rough bump to try and get up there, and on this one you just need to start off on that side. But man, that does look inviting, but that does look like it's a mile away. I'm gonna bring, let's bring a sniper. Let's try it, and we'll just take a power 3 ball and see what happens. And which means I'll probably end up taking my number 1 bag. Because we want to get way in the hell down in there. This is a hole you can definitely end up in some big ass trouble. Big trouble. I've only played this hole about 1,000 times, but I can't remember the second shot. I can't remember if you get way up in there, if you can actually go for it. It seems like you can. If you lay it up and you're just on the other side, you gotta do a bounce and then you just run it up to the cup. But it seemed like if you got way up in there, you got a better shot at it. We'll see. Joe and I will check it out. Maybe. Maybe I'm going to have to get a new work phone. I plugged my work phone in the other day and it was in all weekend, and I came out and it was dead. And I wiggled the charger around and then it started working, and it's not that. I went and got a different charger. It's the port. Damn flip phones. My opponent's in a good spot. What did they use for a ball? They used a katana, so I should be even better. If I can get to the right spot. $3.9 should be 2 rings. Dose rings. Just hit it straight forward. Perfect helps. This is definitely a hole. There's not a lot of room to leave yourself. Like, I try and set up drives so that you can hit it great to the left or the right and slow down, and you still got a shot. But I think if you bring out a bigger ball, if you had the right wind, you bring out a bigger ball so you can start off on the other side. Maybe a 5-power ball, you could get to the other side there. They definitely got a shot there. I think you can do the rough bump here. Maybe. Close, close. Let's see what we got. Okay, there's max. There's min. So I'm at mid club, which is 1.1 per ring. Wow, there is a rough bump. I can do the rough. Here. $3.9. I'm at mid club. I'm going to just do a 3.9 because I was going to do. How close can I get? I'm going to do 3.9. There's 3.9. Hitting it perfect. In the hole! I was at mid club and I added on 10%, so it's 1.1 at mid, and I added on 10%, so they balanced out. So I just did a 1-to-1, even though I was in mid club. There you have it. And you can get it done with a 3-power ball. I like that. Now, if you had lower developed stuff, what you could do is you might be able to bring out a 4-power ball and use your big topper so you can run the topspin to get into that same area. Hole number 4. So, like my red line, with a 3-power ball, my red line was somewhere in this neighborhood. I wasn't up against my red line. So if you ran a 4-power ball, you could push that forward. You might be able to get away with a big topper. Even if you were back just a little bit with a big topper, you're going to get more topspin to get out into that zone. So if you didn't have an extra mile that had that much topspin on it, you could potentially, maybe, you might have to bring out a bigger ball to get your big topper into that zone. But if you bring out a big enough ball and you got the right wind, I think you could start off on the other side and you could really get down in there. But you could see the whole deal is the distance on the other side. Like I was in mid club right here, but if you hit back farther, you're not going to be able to catch that window. So there's definitely a zone out there you want to be in. Hole number 4. Hole number 4. I thought yesterday that there might have been a rough bump that we could do on this, but after getting out on the course, there is definitely not a rough bump that we can do on this. I think it was just going straight at it, and if I remember correctly, if you bring out a big enough ball, you can actually start off in short iron. So I think it was bringing out like a 2-power ball, and which way's the wind blowing? We got headwind, so I might have to bring out a 3-power ball. I'm gonna try it with a 3-power ball, and I think we can get in short iron. Well, I I have a bigger, I practiced yesterday with I think I practiced with 77, and 77 I use a Kingmaker or a Kingfisher, and it doesn't hit quite as far. So Kingfisher versus a Hornet, I mean, that's quite a bit of distance. I think it picks up a little bit of distance when it gets to level 7, but it's still only like 82. It's still like 6 or 7 yards shorter than the Hornet. And I did it yesterday, I believe, with a 2-power ball. I might be able to. I might. Let's try a katana. Let's see if there's enough room on the red line. And my Hornet. Let's look, because I'm not really happy with my Hornet numbers. Like I every time I get with my Hornet, I used to get with the Hornet, and I like felt like I had it in the bag. Like if I hit it perfect, it was going in the hole. But now I pull out my Hornet and I'm all like wishy-washy about it. I don't have any faith in the. Let's look at what the numbers would be for a short iron for a Hornet. This page will reset by the time I get down here. Hornet, level 9. I'm using a 2-power ball. It's 1 per ring, 1.3, 1.9. I got 1.3, 1.9. So 2 times 1.9 is 3.8. 3. So it is 1.9 all the way up. And it is 1.3 all the way up. So if the wind's over 2 miles an hour, it's -1. So it's 1 per ring. But anything over 2 miles an hour, it's 1 per ring minus 0.1. Minus 0.1. Let's make a note here. Hole number 4. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna use those numbers and see what happens. Let's give it the old college try. Open up a chest. Clear out a slot. Out on the course we go. Hole number 4. Hole number 4. And number 3 was a extra mile, a Kingmaker, a sniper, and it was +10 at mid, or 1 to 1. All right. Now could I get it? Can I get that? I'm in Hornet right there. There's my red line. Let's pull back a little from the red line. I think the ball guide's kind of accurate. I'll leave it just a little short. That's like 4.5 topspin. So it's 1.1 times 3.4, 3.74 minus 1, 3.64. I'm going to run out of time. I'm just going to take the shot. I'm going to run out of time. Hit it perfect. See if the topspin worked. It was a little too much. Maybe 1 less than that and it would have rolled out better. Dicking around. Coming in hot. Yeah, it was coming in hot. I think a 3-power ball would have been better. I pulled back from the red line so I had room to work out the wind there, but a 3-power ball would have got me. I could have set up closer to the cup and I wouldn't have had to run so much topspin. What the hell are you doing, dude? You thought I was coming in hot. Like, what are you doing? Like, really? And they put curl on it? Like, really? And they hit it great? Damn, they almost hit that sand. I thought that there was like no way that was not going to hit that was going to hit the sand. What kind of shot setup was that, dude? What were you thinking? In the hole. had 2 long putts today. I was playing some one-on-one and Tour 8 and missed some putts. Damn rookie. Damn rookies. Birdie. All right, I still got some work to do on that. So let me make some notes here. So I think I can be in Hornet or Kingfisher, but I need to bring a 3 power ball. All right, I got some notes. I got some notes on what clubs to bring, so then I can start working on the shot to the cup. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. What is hole number 5? What is hole number 5? All right. Taking the shot to the right, because that's the only way you can go for it if you're going for alley. And I'm going to bring my number 2 bag and a Kingmaker. Number 2 and a Kingmaker. Now, you can take this shot with a katana, but the whole deal is if you screw up on the drive, you really want a 3 power ball to try and recover, but the 3 power ball will definitely help you on the second shot. And I think there's a limit. It's like you can get aggressive with it and try and get past the shadow, but if you get to the shadow, you got a pretty decent shot at it, and it's max club right there. And I think it's like 3.5 topspin. It's not much. Not much. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. That's a par 5. That was a par 3 that we just played. Making some notes. Par 4. And I'm bringing a rock, a Kingmaker, a Sneeper. And I cannot remember the shot to the cup. This is one of those ones that it seemed like I'm always chasing. Like if you hit it straight up, you should have did plus 10, and you should have did plus 5, or you should have put on 2, and then you put that on, and then it's like, well, I didn't need to do the extra, and then you don't put it on, and it's like, well, I should have did less, and it seems like it's always kind of like a moving target. Perfecto. That does not look good. Now you're in deep shit, dude. You better hope I make this. I think it's only maybe like 3.5 topspin. It ain't much. Give myself 3 rings of separation. Give me a little room for my curl to become effective. This is a hole you definitely, if you're using a grid, where you definitely want to put tick marks. I could put a tick mark on here to tell me exactly how much curl to do, because... Oh, fuck. Now I'm going to end up in the sand, too. That was 2 rings great to the left. Whew, come on, miss it, miss it, miss it. Right to the shadow. Trying to give myself as much room as possible on that. That is where you want to end up, but don't hit it 2 rings great to the left. I tried to give myself more room on the left than the right, because the deal is if you look at where I'm at out there, if I would have hit that to the right, you run out of fairway because the rough curls in, and you don't have as much distance to roll. So anything to the right can be potentially bad. If you end up in the rough up there where I'm at, if you brought out a big ball, you might. Now, you're still screwed. You're still screwed. I'm gonna just do a straight up shot, just 1-to-1. I'm gonna do 5% times 2.1 rings. I'm right at the red line. Let's put it right at the red line. It does roll out a little. .1 rings. There's 2, 1. Oh, fuck. That was one ring great to the right. And you can't, this is definitely a hole you can't look at. It's hard to, you can't tell, you can't get any read at all if you hit a great. Because it definitely looked like I over pulled that from where I was with a 1 ring great, but that could have been a 2 ring or a 1.5 rings, who knows. Now, if you had a rapier there, you could run the topspin and pull it back until your topspin flattened out. But minimum hornet's not a bad place to be. This is a great hole to get an albie on. This is a hole that you'd like to get an albie, but you don't always get albies. But like when you get one, it always, I mean, any albie always helps you around. But this is one of those holes that you're hoping to get one, but it's not like, you know, this one can really help you out. All right, back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. Piss poor shot. If you can't hit perfect, you know, that's not good. I have no idea if you don't hit perfect. All I can do is just lay it up. All right, with my teammate Richard, I talked to him this morning. I called him up. He lives in Thailand. He came out here with a 5 power ball and was able to, he did max OP on it with an APOC and with a 5 power ball, 5 power, and was able to get on the green. Damn near missed the putt, but he was able to get on the green and won. So it can be done. It can be. Well, we'll see. We shall see. And I don't have any 5 power balls. I do have a 4 power with some topspin boost. Yeah. I've been playing it with I've been playing with mortal balls. Do I want to use one of those? I'm going to use one. I'll use one. A 4 power with topspin boost. Hold on. Let's think about clubs here. Okay, it's either going to be number 1 or number 5 bag. If I need the extra distance on the drive, I think it's all about topspin, but the APOC might work better. It gives me a little bit more raw distance. It doesn't have as much topspin itself, but it does give a little bit more raw distance. Probably the number 1 bag is going to be better. I think topspin is the key. An 85 topspin plus 2 topspin is definitely going to be, I think, better. The number 1 bag, I think, will be better. I'd really like to set this up so I don't have to do, and I think no matter what, you'll have to do overpower. And they're using a Kingmaker, and they're going to be able to get up there nicely, I think. That was max topspin, same club I'm using, same extra mile. I think that left is not going to hurt them. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Damn, dude, that was almost in the hole. Alright, I'm going to switch to a Kingmaker. I think we can get that done with the Kingmaker. Let's get it done with the Kingmaker, and that way we don't have to waste one of those good balls. 2, 3. Should be, it's 2, 1 per ring. So there's 2, 1, and I'm going to do a little over. A little bit of left hand curl. Oh fuck! Now I was like 16 rings great to the left, so I will definitely not be in. I'm going to be in the shit right here. Yeah, right there. 2 rings, I could have made that. 3 rings, no dice. But it can't be done with a power 3 ball. A power 5 ball, man, I just don't know that I would need the overpower with a power 5 ball. Might just be able to run it up there. You may not get all the way on, but you give yourself a short chip and it's super, super repeatable. Maybe. Maybe. Where am I at? I'm in the 16 per ring range. So we're talking about just a minuscule amount of rings. So 2 divided by 16. I mean, we're talking about like 0.2. Where does that put me off the cup? Yeah, that's about right. One ring great to the right. That one missed to the right. Just outside. Just outside. I think that's, let me make some notes on that hole. Hole number 6. Was that hole number 6? That was hole number 6. It's a par 4. And you can use a kingmaker. And I think in my 77 account, I really think the way to go at that is with a bigger power ball, so you don't have to do any overpower. Like a topspin boost ball. And even the 3 power topspin boost ball, you might not have to do any overpower on that. That's definitely a hole. That is definitely a hole that we want to mark, is like we have to get that hole. We have to get it. There's just going to be too many people in our bracket that are going to have gotten that hole both times through. And so we're looking at minus 12 as the minimum. And this is a hole right here that puts those people at minus 13. So that means their minimum's minus 13 because they got it. They're going to get it every stinking time. So now they're at 26. Now we're just picking up 2 others per side to get us to 30. And you're not even going to be in the conversation on a course like this unless you're at minus 30. And we got several of the par 3s that I think are extremely makeable. Like once we get our numbers dialed in, they're extremely makeable. Hole number 7. Hole number 7. This is not one. But I'm going to do a plus 30 on this hole. And I can't remember what club it is, but I'm going to take a Quasar. And that bag will work. One of those clubs will work. Let's get that gold chest running. What are the deals here? Yeah. What is the thing? Hit a ball a total of 1,500 yards. All right. Hole number 7. Here we go. And I always play this hole at plus 30 and one-on-one, but I have no idea what the number is that we should be playing it. There's max. I'm at mid club. I'm at minimum club. So it's 1.3. So I'm going to play it 1-to-1. That was 5 backspin. .3 rings. Hey, get where I want you. There's 4-3. It might have been a slight overpull. It's hard to tell. I should have pushed it. Oh, fucking, I cannot hit perfect. That was a great to the left. It does roll out a little, so you don't want to lead it. If you lead it all the way to the cup, it will roll out. And from that angle, where I'm down the hill like this, trying to make the shot, it was hard to pull it this way and get it accurate. What I should have done was spun it around and pushed the wind out, because then you can get a better view of it going up the hill. So even if the wind is blowing from the right to the left like this, spinning it around, if it's blowing the other direction, you're going to be in the right position, but like pulling it from the downhill side. Sniper. They put a little bit more backspin on theirs. Their white ring off. They are a little bit closer. It is a little bit easier to do the adjustment down there. I was a little bit higher up. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if theirs goes in. I like their spot a little bit better, I think. I'd have to go back and watch it. They actually did an adjustment on there, so we should be able to get a read on what kind of pull they did. But I think I like their spot a little bit better, but I'm sure that they put on more backspin than what I did in order to get down to that spot. You can tell they did, because they got their ball guide right up to the cup and they were still able to stop, where I let mine roll out a little. Put enough backspin on there so that it releases, so it hits and then it comes to a stop, but still releases forward and then rolls out. All right. Hole number 8. Hole number 8. What is hole number 8? This is another one of those holes that we can do okay, so yesterday, I think, let me write hole number 7. It's plus 30, sniper. Quasar. Hole number 8. Yesterday I brought out my APOC, and because with an APOC you can get just a window here with a 3-power ball if you got any kind of wind other than headwind. With headwind you'd have to do some kind of overpower, so you might want to use a 4-power ball for your setup, so that even in headwind you might be able to still pull the wind out without having to do any overpower on it. And I did like 3 and a little bit of topspin yesterday, and I ended up right here, and where I really wanted was more to the right, and I left some distance out here. So on my second shot, I was with a Kingfisher, and my red line was right along this area. I had a small little window, and then I hit it. I had such a small window, I hit it great to the left, and I ended up clipping the rough and ended up rolling out there. But if I would have gotten a little bit more distance, I would have gave myself some room here. And I think I brought out a 3-power ball, and a 4-power ball would have helped me out, because it would have gave me a bigger window here, and it would have gave me a bigger window on this side right here, and you're still taking it with the max short iron. I'm going to bring out let's see which way the wind's blowing. Let's see which way the wind is blowing. Wind is working for us, so I'm going to take my number. I'm going to take a Titan. Which do I have more of? 28 Titans, 44 Kingmakers. I'll bring a Kingmaker. I'm going to bring my number 5. Number 5. And the other thing is that a Hornet has more distance, so it's going to help me out on the second shot. It'll still be in max club, but it will give me more than what my Kingfisher gave me. I really think that there's not enough with a Kingfisher. There wasn't enough to do a rough bump, but if I had a runner or there might be a rough bump that you can do in there if you brought the right clubs. So you do have a small little window. I'm going to do all of the side spin. There's 4 top spin. Set it up just right there. Just right there. I want to be where I'm kind of going down the center. 2.7. It's 1.5 per ring. I'm going to pull it right to the edge of the cliff. And then I'm going to lean just a little bit to the right. Isn't it perfect? Just barely. Definitely got the distance I'm looking for, so it opened up that window, got me away from the sand. Now I have yesterday my shot, when you do the straight line to the cup, I was still clipping the sand. I had to move it off to the right a little bit in order to clear the sand. Here I'm past the sand, so I have an unobstructed view of the cup. It's not that it really makes that big of a difference, but anytime you can take a trap out of play, it's always better. This is why I think bringing out, and really it might be bringing out, because where the red line is right there, it might be bringing out just a 5-power ball and taking it with a 5-power ball. Number one, that'll always put you, it might actually put you on mid-short iron on your second shot, but it'll give you this window, because if we have a headwind day, trying to hit a shot like this where you're trying to pinpoint place it on the other side, where you have to do overpower, is tough, because it'll be really inconsistent. Hornet. And there's Max Hornet. There's Min Hornet somewhere out there, so I'm at Max. Couple backspin. Let's get up on it. 3.9. 3.45 rings. 3.54 rings. Excuse me. There's 3, 5, 4. Oh, fuck, I'm just releasing early. I think my timing got screwed up playing Tour 8. I'm going to blame it on that. That would have been pretty close. It would have obviously been closer if I hadn't ended great to the right. At least it ended up great to the right. I hit it great to the right and it ended up great to the right. So it obviously would have been closer if I'd hit it perfect, but I don't know if that would have been in the cup. Don't know. Let's see if my opponent checks their red line, or if they just take the grizzly shot. Like, where's your red line at, dude? Pull it back, pull it back. That's got to be close to minimum grizzly. They pushed it up a little bit, so it might be closer to mid, but minimum would be 1.4 per ring. Mid would be 1.1. Well, it should be 1 plus 0.1. It's hard to tell where they were on their clip because they didn't check. I have no idea where they were at, so they slightly overpulled it. In the hole. All right. Hole number 8 in the bag. Let's see what we get for hole number 9. Maybe, if my opponent takes their putt. You gonna take your putt, Sean? Or are you gonna sit here and wait? No, we can wait. We got plenty of time. They're still pounding the table. All right. Hole number 9. What do we have in store for us for hole number 9? Let's see which way the wind's blowing first. Which way's the wind blowing? A little bit of side headwind. Now, all right, hole number 9. Hole number 9. Let's talk epic fail yesterday. You can from pro do a max curl shot here, but from rookie, you cannot. So I've been playing Tour 8, and this hole is in Tour 8, and I've been doing max curl shots, and you can get away with a max curl shot in Tour 8, but you cannot get away with a max curl shot in Rookie because you'll clip this tree right here. This fucking tree right here. But from Pro, you're just far enough back that you go in between, kind of in between, and you can get it to go up there. But from Rookie, you can't do a max curl shot. So the deal is starting off here and then running it up. I really think how far back you're pulling back from the red line, the big topper is actually the club to bring. Because with a 3 power ball, you want to bring a 3 power ball for the second shot. But the first shot, I was so far back from the red line that I think a big topper will work just fine. Just fine. I think it will. Big topper. Big topper. Let's play with the big topper. No matter what, I'm going to play with the big topper. Big topper's got a lot of tools. It starts its life off with topspin and distance. Doesn't have any accuracy. It's got a little bit of ball guide. I'm not sure where it is when it originally starts. Let me look it up. I'll look it up while we're playing here. GC notebook. GC notebook. Golf Flash notebook. We'll see what a big topper's got when it starts off. I know I used a big topper a lot when I first started playing because there are times when the big topper is definitely... So it starts its life off at 205. Has 100 topspin right off the bat. 1.6 ball guide. It jumps up 2.3 when it gets to second level. It obviously is when it goes up, it gets more ball guide, but it's not a bad club. It starts off with that 100 topspin, and that's a big deal. When it gets to level 3 and it gets to 54 curl, then it's really starting to pick up its paces. You can see I'm almost at my minimum club. Shit, if I brought out a big dog or a cat with a bigger power ball, I could probably get it all the way up there. No, and you can't do max curl. Can't do max curl, but I can do some curl. 2.7. Where am I at? What level am I at? I'm at level 6, so it's 51 accurate, so it's 2 per ring. That's like a ring and a half. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if that was enough curl. Trying to get down into that shadow. Closer you can get to that shadow, or if you can get in the shadow, the better. The tree, it looks like the trees are in your way right there, but they're really not in your way. But if you can get into the shadow, you're better off. My opponent is, there's shit out of luck. The thing about hitting down into the trees down there too is it gives you a little bit when you're coming in. You need a ball with side spin for the second shot, even if you get into the shadows, just so that you don't have to push up against the sand. Take your shots. You can give yourself a little bit of leeway here. I'm going to pull back a little bit from the red line. And I think there's a rough bump that you can do from here if you bring out the right shit. I think if you bring out a horizon, there's a rough bump that you can do. I think I saw Hank do it. It's a dangerous ass rough bump, but there is a rough bump that you can do. 2.42 rings. See if I can get lined up with the wind. Hey, there's 2.42. I'm sure that there's a perfect in there somewhere. That was 2 rings great to the left. And that was every bit of 2 rings great to the left. 2,000 rings great to the left. I'm not exactly sure why they have that island there, other than maybe spectators stand on that island, and there's an elite group of spectators that stand on that island. But the greenskeepers are always pissed off that they got to go over there and mow it. How do you mow that island without driving your equipment through the sand trap? Think about that. Think about all of the effort that the greenskeepers have to go to mow that island that nobody ever uses, and how pissed off they are every time they have to do it. They probably take a push mower out there and they just mow it every day so that they don't have to, because nobody plays it. But they don't roll it. I'm just trying to think, why would you ever use that island? Like, that island is never going to be used. Like, they would never keep that thing fairway perfect, except in Golf Clash. So that must mean that spectators are using it. Eagle. All right, did I pick up one? I think I picked up one. And the one hole that I think we absolutely need to pick up, I didn't pick up, so. Oh, I picked up 2. So I missed one. I got that Albie. That's the deal. Yeah, I picked up hole number 1 and I got the Albie on hole number 3. But there's one of those par 4s. Which one was it? Number 6. I think we absolutely, positively have to get this one. Like, this is a must get to put us to 13, and then we need to pick up 2 more from that point. So still got room for improvement. Not bad, not a bad qualifying round. That'll get me into the next round so that I can continue to practice as the week goes on. So everybody have a great week. I tried to get a hold of Denner today, but I'm not sure that he didn't. I thought there was a hockey tournament yesterday, but I couldn't get a hold of him today. So I'll try and get a hold of him tomorrow, and maybe we can try and get hooked up and play 77 and get it in there now that I have some basic, or like really basic notes. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.